All right, we are back. So, welcome back to the Sword Art City recreation. I'm Planet Coaster 2 once again, and today I have some stuff I do want to try and get done, work on, and all the above, you know. So basically today, I think we're gonna mainly focus a lot on some custom supports for Wildfire here, because we got about everything we want out of it, and it's looking pretty solid, looking good. And we already did work on the lift hill, so I think it's finally time to kind of look and everything else. And I don't think Wildfire will take too long to do custom supports on, but you never know. There could be a couple challenges along the way, but overall, I think the overall layout is going to be very easy to kind of get custom supported, because it's fairly straightforward, pretty easy, I think. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna find more Wildfire and Silver Dollar City, see if we can find some good references for the supports. Probably mostly need some like references here. I mean, we got some good POVs that might be able to help us, but we need everything post-drop pretty much. And yeah, I think those have V supports. I'm pretty positive. So I'm gonna bring up just a couple of videos and such to get there, figure it out. Well, I just completely... What I do? I got rid of my chat and everything. Hold on. Just got rid of everything. There we go. Now I can see everything again. I accidentally did not mean to do that. So we're going to Wildfire, Silver Dollar City. I'm gonna see if I can get some good photos here. Oh yeah, they did all that drone footage. That would be great. There's actually some drone footage that Sword Art City posted of Wildfire. This is very helpful, actually, because I can get a really good, clear view of a lot of this. So that's going to get us into this. Perfect. I'll put the chat over there so I can see chat, and then I'll put this here so I can see everything here. So we're going to go ahead and edit the ride, and I'm going to go ahead and we're going to get rid of all the supports. Let's go to the vertical loop here. Let's turn a catwalk on for the entire thing. That'd be funny, right? I know, we're gonna turn off track supports for, that's about half of the ride, roughly. So, alright, so we're gonna put a support structure right here, right after the pre-drop. It's gonna go about right here, roughly. Right around right there. Go ahead and have that up. And we're gonna get to our support structures for our coasters. And we're just gonna start off with some supports here. Alright, and I think this is slightly angled. Not by much, but it is slightly angled. But looking at this support beam, I think we're at a solid spot here. So I think for this one, let's see where that ends up. We're going to have to go further than that. It does end up on the other side of that, though. So that is one to note. So we need to go a little bit wider here, because this support does go outside of that. So we'll go ahead and put it right here. That looks like it's going to be good. And then the other one will be angled off of that. And we'll just kind of go from there. And then we're just going to continuously build all these supports until we're done. So that's how we're going to get this going. I want to get the mains. I'd love to get a lot of the main supports done today. I think that would be pretty nice. Where this ends up in here. Should be fine. I'm still holding off on footers. We're going to do the footers, but I want to make sure the terrain is completely set before we do footers. So we'll kind of make that its own section. But hey, welcome to the live stream. First one in chat. How's it going? Glad to have you all here. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Finished up training at Outlaw Run today, so that's exciting. We actually got the train today, so we were able to do all that fun stuff, and everything went pretty good for the most part. Hopefully the ride should be ready. Opening day. Okay, how are you? I'm doing great. Doing fantastic. I've been motivated, all the above. Everything's going great. I've had a fantastic time working on all this. And I can't wait till it's done. Alright, so we got that support in. The next support is pretty darn similar, honestly. I think it's just a little bit narrower. It's not as wide. So that should be fairly simple. I did not get that connector piece in a good spot there, did I? There we go. Alright, next one is going to be in the middle of the turn here. Of that turn. Hopefully we'll get some more people in chat and the viewership, because this is going to be a good episode. So we'll get a lot of this done today. I'm very excited. Ba-dum bum 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 bum. And we're going to do one support at a time until we get all of them in. So, yeah, this is going to be basically the same style of support. It's going to be a little bit of that V shape, but it is a lot narrower of a shape, so it's not as wide on this one. That's what I'm noticing on this one overall. Let's see where this ends up. Might have to make it a little bit wider. Looks to be the case. So we got that track right underneath. And that should be good right there. Good enough. Yeah, this one's pretty similar to the other one. Then the one after this, I think, is also, we'll get a better shot of that. I know there's a one on the drop that's literally just one beam. Right towards the top of the drop. Cool. Powder Keg was your first coaster. Awesome. My first coaster, big coaster, was Thunderation. Powder Keg was not open yet at the time, so. And then my second coaster was Wildfire here. I went straight from Thunderation to Wildfire. Isn't that crazy? I always thought Wildfire was so huge and big and like scary, and I was just like, after I rode it, I was like, you know what, that was just fun. I got deep into coasters after that, and loved them ever since. Yeah, the reason why we're not going straight into footers, though, is mostly because there could be some terrain adjustments that we might have to do at some point, so I want to make sure that we don't have to redo anything before we do that. So I want to make sure everything is set in stone before we put those footers in, because I still kind of maybe want to smooth out some of this terrain a little bit more in some spots. But all right, there's that support. And next, the next one after that, I think, is just right at the peak of the drop. It's about basically the same style of support again. We might actually, it looks very close to this one. We might even just copy this one over because it's so similar. And this one sits about right at the very top. Might have to adjust it depending, on the clearance of this. Might have to make this beam a little bit wider. Perhaps. Pretty good. Just a little bit. So we'll make that beam a little bit wider. And that should be good. Which it is. And then the next one is going to be just a straight support beam. No side beam or anything. It's just straight. And that will be good for that. Perfect. I'm so excited though. We might do a little bit more queue line work here as well, potentially. We'll see. See if we get any other good shots. That straight beam is pretty straightforward. Literally. This is just a straight support beam. Right about right here. It's still kind of towards the top. That there. And we need some filler at the top there so it fills in, so there's not like a little gap. This can sometimes be the a little hard to implement, but usually I just get some sort of shape that can blend in into that. I might grab both of these and just put it down a little bit. Since we have that in there. One thing I think I gotta worry about is that going through. want that poking through there. Up the top. Right, that should be fine. Where it's at now. Pretty simple. And this is probably the easiest support beam we'll build here. Because it's literally just a straight beam all the way down to the ground with no V supports, no nothing here. It's just a vertical beam for this one. Alright, next support structure is more of a V shape. And I noticed the thickness of the supports actually change here too. So we're gonna make sure we have that noted. This is gonna be about roughly halfway down the drop. Alright, so actually going to use a slightly smaller support for it. I'm going to make it just a little bit thicker, but it is going to be considerably smaller than the last ones. Breaks off at the very top, so should we do that? All right. Then after that, I think it's just vertical beams again. Nothing too fancy. Alright, pretty nice. Then the next one's going to be towards the bottom. And I think it's just a vertical piece too. There's two pieces here. I'm trying to select just a one. Just the one, and alright, that's good. Greetings from Holland. Awesome. I welcome you. I actually have a coworker. He's a supervisor that is from Holland, so kind of cool. Love seeing viewers from all around the world. It's always fun to me. why I don't want to mess with stuff, because we might change the terrain a little bit. I'm here. Oops. Alright, we're gonna do the base here of the first drop. Alright, looking quite nice, I think. Very Wildfire-like. As we get into our first complex element, as I like to call it, not really complex, but it's Emmelman. So we got to figure out exactly what we want to do, what we need to do with it for the supports. Emmelmans are pretty straightforward. There's nothing too crazy with them usually, so you usually don't have to worry about them crazy ton. They're fairly simple. This in here. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Thanks for joining if you're in here. And yeah, let's keep it going. Good shots. This is such a cool video though. They did a really cool thing with these. We got some cool drone footage. Of a lot of the rides. And the Wildfire one is pretty breathtaking. The ride's just so picturesque already, so... Yeah, if you're ever building B&Ms, doing custom supports for B&Ms, I know it can be a little bit frustrating because you have the pieces here that are really hard to get lined up, but honestly, I just take like these block pieces and scale them the way I need to, and that's how I extend my connector pieces here if I need them to kind of go up, because if you do like these inversions and such, you gotta have to kind of do that. Just kind of how it works, really. Alright, this is still the thin support here. And then we go back to thicker supports after these ones are... And... We'll be riding Wildfire. Be riding Wildfire. Wildfire. Alright. We're gonna get the same deal kind of going up over here a little bit. Just gotta position it. Would be nice if there was an actual tool for custom supports, but maybe too niche for them to consider. Potentially. I'm just happy they have given us something, so having, you know, the support pieces is at least something. I think a tool would be nice though, like you have different types of supports and you have a lot of editing options would be really nice. So you just like point and click where you want the support, and then you have options of what kind of support you're wanting to put there. I think that would be cool. I know like Theme Park Studio did that, and I know that game's not really relevant anymore, but it was actually quite nice of an idea that they did have there. And I really like that, because yeah, different support kinds, and as long as they give us enough and then still allow us to do the custom supports like this, if we have like some very you know, there could still be a lot of like wacky supports that, you know, maybe that wouldn't really fit in, you know, but you know what I mean. Alright, let's see if we can get this kind of positioned. As long as it looks somewhat good. And we're going to go back to our thicker supports for up here, because these ones are thicker than the ones at the bottom. And we are going to kind of a little bit less there. It's good either way. Yeah, I think it'd be cool to have both though. For sure. But I will take what I can get. At least we can do custom supports, so I think the auto-generated supports have gotten better, but they're still not there. Yeah, if we get a Planko 3, we'll see. I'd be down for a Planko 3. As long as, I mean, I would want it to be way down the line. I don't want them to come out with it too soon. Wouldn't want them to come out with it too soon. And hopefully the launch would be a lot better than Planet Coaster 2, because Planet Coaster 2's launch was a little rough. And it's finally in a good state now, but there's still a few things here and there, you know? There's still a few things here and there that just doesn't make sense, that need to be changed or added. It's kind of like, why don't we have some of these things? Alright, now we have the big boy support structure up here. This one's going to be interesting. I think we need to use a 90-degree one. Model off of this and use this one. We'll rotate this 90 degrees and we'll try and make this work. It's gonna be a little difficult to get where we need it though, when you do the pieces like this. Finally recommend over Planko 1. Yeah, there's still a few things, though, that Planet Coaster 1 does better. Not a ton, but there are still a few things that bug me. One of the biggest ones is the shop brands. Planet Coaster 1 has so many more shop brands and, like, shops that you can put in. Planet Coaster 2 still lacks so much in shops, and I feel like with each update, they need to be adding more shops, and they haven't done that yet. So we still have the same shops that we've had since launch day. So that needs to change. For sure. Like, why don't we have more shops yet? Why are there no funnel cakes in a theme park game? Like, these are the questions I have. Like, those are the questions I'm asking. So when it comes to features-wise, like what you can do, like the tools they give us, I'm it's so far ahead of Planet Coaster 1. In a lot of aspects. But there's still a few things there, here and there. And I'm just like, why? Why wouldn't you add that back into the game yet? Or why isn't this and hasn't come back in yet? You know, there's still a few little things here and there that still a little bit questionable. Not many, but a few. Like, we need the scenario editor back. I feel like that's going to come back at some point. Maybe in, like, one of the next major updates. I mean, it's gotta, right? That end up right there. I need to go a little bit further. Small amount goes a long way, so that should be good. Another thing that I figured out that Planko 1 does better is you can actually remove, on Planko 1 you can, as far as I remember, you can remove the in-game catwalk on lift hills. In Planet Coaster 2 you cannot. I learned that yesterday. So right now I just have it covered up with my custom one, and I have awkward spots like this, which kind of suck. But this custom catwalk still turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I think it turned out good. Looks pretty awesome. So no, I think Planet Coaster 2 will get there as long as they keep updating it. I am getting kind of concerned a little bit. Some people are. We haven't gotten any word of another update coming, and it's been over 3 months since the last one. And they're typically on a 3-month schedule usually for updates, so the possibilities are they're just kind of running behind, or maybe they're doing something a little bit bigger on this next update. That's what I'm hoping, is that they're just doing something a little bit bigger, is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that's the case. Is that they're just, maybe something a little bit bigger is coming, so it's taking a little bit longer to cook up. But there's been no communication of what's coming next, so I do wish they still had the Frontier Unlocked streams. I do kind of miss those, because it was nice that they actually talked about the games, you know, every month, and they'd give us some updates of what maybe they're working on, or some teasers of what they're working on. And now it just kind of seems like they've gone quiet with all their stuff, you know? So I want them to, wish they would just kind of say something, you know? Because there's always that little bit of me like, are they even going to do anything more, or are they just done? Like, I would hate that possibility, like, because Planet Coaster 2 has so much potential right now. I hope they don't just, like, just go, nah, it didn't do well, and we kind of failed, and we're not going to do anymore. I hope that definitely isn't the case, because it just seems like they would say something by now for the next update. Usually, full in March for Frontier? I mean, I don't know, like, I know they do send me, like, when they do updates for the game, they do send me stuff for it, usually, too, so, like, they'll, like, hey, here's a sneak peek of what we're working on, you know, and I can't tell anyone about it, of course, but then they usually, you know, get early access to some information sometimes. I haven't heard anything. I haven't gotten an email from Frontier since mid-January. And that one was, the last one I got was for Jurassic World Evolution 3. So it wasn't even Planet Coaster related. So I don't know. I just feel like they should be it'd be nice if they, gave us a little bit of an update. Like, let us know that stuff is happening. You don't have to reveal everything, but, like, just let us know, like, yeah, we are working on another update, Can't give out any details, but at least they would say that. Because it's a little bit alarming that we haven't heard anything in a while. And I do think they have their plates full a little bit, because there are a lot of projects kind of going on at once right now. They say got Planet Zoo 2 might be in the development. You never know. They got Jurassic World Evolution 3. They got Planet Zoo, Planet Coaster 2. Like, they're always working on Elite Dangerous, like stuff like that. But it's just kind of like, I don't know. It just seems like they've gone very quiet. A little too quiet. A little bit too quiet. I don't know. Just seems like it. See, this is the part that gets a little iffy on here. Is when we have to figure out what to do here on these spots. Because there's not really a good piece to get connected here. Like if I do a 90-degree piece, it doesn't really match up or fit in there very well. And you can't really form it properly. I can change the height or the size of it like this, maybe a little bit, but I don't know if that would be good or a good idea or not. Nothing else. Hopefully they give us some of the scenery props from Jurassic World Evolution 3. I don't know. I feel like should be getting something soon though. There's just no way they're just done with Blanco. Like there's just no way. There's just no way. I don't know, this part of me is just kind of like, I know they're very quiet with some of their projects and updates and stuff. Man, give us something's happening, that you're actually working on something. A little communication. Like I said, I'm not asking you to reveal what's next, because I know you want it to be a surprise, but the reason why I'm concerned is just because I haven't heard anything. Like I said, maybe they're working on something big. Who knows? And they're just kind of running behind too. You never know. Pavement terrain paint, that would be good. Random car props on the bucket list. I don't know about random car props. That would be kind of hard to program, especially if you didn't want it looking weird. I don't know. Maybe it could be possible. I think some prefabricated themes would be nice. So, like, they've already got some prefabricated cars made for those that don't want to, work on their own. Maybe, but That's kind of a thought. You see how hard this can be to get this in here properly? Something to fill parking lots with, really? I think functioning parking lots would be kind of cool. I'm not sure if I should continue to use that or do another 90-degree piece. Might be easier, I guess. I guess it's a little bit easier here, but PC's path. I feel like that'd be a nightmare for Frontier. I think it'd be cool though. Give us some functioning parking lots. Mine are kind of functional, the ones that I make, somewhat. The ones that I've made in the past. Alright, we're almost to the vertical loop. Which is fun, right? Be running each other over. That'd be fun, though. That'd be fun. And this one gives us a good view of that Coburl. Also. And yeah, in addition for like theme park management would be cool. Definitely interesting. For sure. Alright, now we should be fine using these. I do have a POV also up, so we can also get a view of these from there too. These are just like single beamed supports going up into the loop, so that's what we're gonna kind of do. That being said, I like see a lot of work in progress parks, and at the And at the parking lot plus entrance gate, seems like people burn out making the parking lot. Yeah, it can be a little bit time consuming and a little bit of challenge to stay committed and working on it, but end result's worth it though. It turns out pretty cool, pretty good. All right, so we're into supporting the vertical loop. These typically aren't that difficult, depending on what you're working with below you. Sometimes it can be difficult in that regard, but I think we should be okay though. I can see these supports pretty well. Yes. Okay, so we have that there. And then is that just one straight piece? It looks like it is. And then you have the actual double piece next to that. Okay. I think I got it figured out how this works. They still use the robot thing for the track inspections on Wildfire? As far as I know, yeah. I'm pretty sure they use it. They still have it. I've never seen it in use before, but I know they still use it and have it and everything, so. As far as I am aware. Which is pretty cool. Pretty cool thing. You think they would let me ride on it? Unless you work there, probably not. I don't even. I work at the park, and yeah, they don't let me do it. My guess is no on that. Alright, let's see if any of the track gets in the way here. Hopefully not. Hopefully we can maneuver this very easily. Come on, camera. Don't play with me. get that at the right angle. Very important. So you get that correct. Don't change my colors, man. That's a little close to there. Just a little bit. A little bit close there. I don't like it. That's better. All right. This angle doesn't look good. Nope. Well, hopefully I can reposition this. Usually I start from scratch, but this time we're gonna try and do it like that. Needs to be all before that. So we gotta go even more. How about there? Getting closer, but man, that's still not good. Go too much further. Dang. We're gonna go just more that way. I think we should be good now. Ah, yeah. I wanted to tackle this side because I knew it would be a little bit more on the difficult side compared to the other side. Don't know if I'm going to be able to copy this to the other side, but we shall find out. We're going to probably try, at least. Because if we can just copy and paste it to the other side, that would be ideal. Most of the time it doesn't work, but I'd say I didn't try. It looks like it might work. Just position that in the right spot. This might work. Heck yeah. Aw, yeah. Easy enough for me. Vertical loops typically aren't the hardest to custom support. Mock rides, however, is a little bit of a different story. There's gonna be a little difficult sometimes. That to line up a little bit better. Once you get some support pieces established, a lot of times you can literally just start copying and pasting in a lot of spots and realize how much that is going through the front there on this one. We don't want that. Oh, sorry. Hey, welcome to the stream. Welcome. Welcome. Alright, that's all looking pretty good, and that's a good portion of the ride right there, so. I think the most difficult thing we have left is definitely going to be the Cobra roll. And honestly, I don't think it'll be that hard, but we'll see, because that sometimes changes. The new cows moving into SDC. No. I can't say I saw that, no. There's cows? Cows? Bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum. Alright, let's get a on-ride POV. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna sit on the other side. The other side of the car. So we never sit on this side, so we're gonna sit on this side. Not real ones, though. Darn. You got me all excited. Here we go. Whee! I'm pretty good with the new support structures. Definitely get the back row for a POV. Yeah, we haven't done that either. True. Go to car number 8. Let's slide back over to side 1. Seat 1 over here. I haven't done a back row POV yet. It's kind of cool to see the train in front of you. Oh, that looks so good going through that loop. The other train should be going through there. There it goes. It looks so cool. Oops, sorry. Wee. It looks good. I'm happy with that. If we look at just this part of the ride, all those supports are complete. It won't let me go there. It will let me go right here, though. Oops, accidentally hit the right mouse button. It sounds so cool, the two with the custom B&M lift audio. I think we're doing a pretty good job so far. But I'm liking how this is turning out. It gets me so excited and keeping that motivation up. Honestly. Just for me personally. Alright, I'm gonna take all of this. We're gonna go with size and we're gonna smooth a lot of this out. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I do want it smooth. what we're about to do, we're about to fill in a few trees over here to give it more of that feel. We're gonna give it a good feel. A little bit of soil mixed in there, kind of blend some stuff together. Get our scenery brush. Brush. That's fine. This is gonna be all just trees over here. The only problem here is, and I thought about doing this, but pushing the terrain down, because it actually has, it goes downhill this way, and instead of up, so that was my one thing. Like, I feel like I should change that maybe a little bit, but I don't know. I wanted to see what it looked like with trees over here, kind of, so just to kind of see what it would look like. But I think I got too many of the same trees over here, though. Need a little bit more variety. So we're gonna go in here and put some other kinds of trees in there. Cows? We have cows? Yes, the scenery brush was definitely a nice tool that was introduced here. Very nice. But we're gonna get all this populated over here so we can kind of, like, yeah, this side over here will be finished. Kind of what the goal I want it to look like. We're gonna fill this in too, but I want to keep it open for when we do have to do a little bit more over here on the square, so I don't want to cover all that up just yet, because we're still kind of working in this area. Yeah, it is a steep drop-off past Wildfire. That's the only downside, but I don't want to... A lot of recreations run into it, and I think it's because of a spacing issue, but, like, I don't want to have like a big random rock wall at the edge of the map. I want it to blend in nice and smooth. See, it kind of would have been nice if maybe I would have put Wildfire around right at the very edge, because you see it does drop off already on its own. And you get that really nice view of the lake back there, but I don't know. I was hoping maybe the trees could kind of help, but it actually makes it kind of hard to see the lake, honestly. So we might end up pushing the terrain further down over here. Because view-wise, this doesn't look too much like Wildfire's views that they have, but I can't recreate everything the views that Wildfire has, unfortunately, so not really something I can do. I can only do so much with the biome that I'm in, you know? So we're gonna leave it as trees for now, but I kind of want to maybe do it better. It won't create a wall until it's past the terrain height behind the border, right? I think it would do it right at the border. Like if I was trying to do something here, it's gonna do that. So don't want to do that. I want to keep it smooth on the border. Because I don't like it when there's like a weird wall like that. Not my favorite thing. So we're gonna try and keep it smooth, so. Since we're not fighting the borders at all in this build, because everything will fit in just fine. Nothing's going to be on the edge, thankfully. Everything should fit in perfect. Everything will fit perfectly fine. Everything's fine. Fine, fine, fine. It's all fine. How are you? The lower the trees, the further back it goes. I mean, yeah, I could lower the trees down, but I think I would need to lower the terrain a bit too. Also, so because I do wanna unlock the view of the lake if possible. At least somewhat. I don't know. Regardless, we'll figure it out. How was our last pictures looking? Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, I think Wildfire's starting to look pretty good. We still have more details and stuff. I want to do more shrubbery and actually put in a lot of foliage myself. Also, as well. dare this tree not be in the ground and levitating. Scenery brush does seem to have issues with with the terrain a little bit. Starting to see that right now. A lot of these are levitating in the mid-air, which is not what we want. I think in Planet Coaster 1 we had Wildfire right up at the pretty close to the edge of the map, which was not completely ideal. I'm trying to change the color of the supports. Sure they're the same color. I'm gonna be honest, I don't need to worry about custom supporting right there. I think it'll be fine. Because of how low to the ground it is, I don't think we need to custom support those spots at that point. However, these right here will need to be redone. Fire in the Hole 3.0 will be built by P&M. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and get started on these supports. Supports for the Cobra roll. I'm gonna start in the middle here, I think. Do the center support structure. Start right there and go from there. And then it could be as easy as building one side and then copying it to the other, because it will be mirrored, so should be simple enough and easy enough and all the above, so I'm pretty happy with that. Let's do that. All right, we got our thicker supports here for this. I think there's a lot of people saying that after Thunderation, and then it's going to be Flooded Mine, will probably be next, and then potentially either Powder Keg or Outlaw Run would be the next to go. Don't know how much truth there is to any of that. Probably not, but Outlaw Run does technically have a shelf life, and supposedly it's getting closer rather than, you know, than it has been. Let's see if we can get this to work. Because there are supports right around here and this spot. I'm going to shrink it down just a tiny bit to try and fit the track a little bit better. Alright, we need this piece to go to the outside of that track. So we're going to rotate this until it does that. I don't think American Plunge is even on the radar of closing, from what I hear. They are doing a lot of renovations to it. Technically, like, they are doing a lot to it. So there's no sign of it going anywhere anytime soon. And I feel like American Plunge would be one of those, if they were to touch it, it's going to be one of those ones that they would redo more than anything, like get a 2.0 version of it. That's definitely a ride they would definitely get, like, a newer version of it for sure. What would replace it? I mean, it's the only wood coaster there. I don't know. It's a good question. But honestly, Outlaw Run has been running into a lot of issues lately, like a lot of technical issues and such. So I don't know. I really hope that there's no plans for it to go anywhere anytime soon. I'd certainly hope not, but thought it was always reliable. It took us 3 days to get the ride to train on it. We were supposed to be training on it the last 3 days, and we've only got a little bit of training in today. So it's not technically speaking, it's not the most reliable ride. It's better than some, but it's not the most reliable ride. I mean, it has its fair share of issues quite often. Operationally speaking, it's open a majority of the time. Like, it's not closed a ton. This last season was pretty bad, though. It did have quite a bit of downtime this last season. There was quite a bit of downtime last season. I will say that. Alright, so we got those supports, and then all that's really left are the bigger back supports of those. This is wishful thinking, but if we could copy and paste the vertical loop structure ones, I'd be happy. I don't know how likely this will be, but I'd be happy. Missed out on last night's stream because it was getting ready for the Branson trip this week, and yes, going to SDC opening day. Awesome. I'll see you there, hopefully. The main thing that we did yesterday was we did a custom lift hill, custom catwalk here for Wildfire. We did the lift supports and the chain lift return. We did custom catwalks on the lift. We also worked a little bit, got a little bit started on the queue line for Wildfire. And I think we also did this little tunnel here for American Plunge. I think that's all we did for Plunge yesterday. I've been really heavily focused on Wildfire a lot, but going to SDC Tuesday. Nice. Hope to see y'all there. Opening day, I'm going to be at Outlaw in the morning, and then I'm going to be at Powder Keg from 11 to close. So, morning part of it, I will be at Outlaw. might actually work for this. I'll be darned, we just might have to make a couple minor adjustments, and that's it. Ba-da-dum-bum, ba-da-dum-bum. Or just a tiny bit more. That should be good for this side, I think. Yeah. I'll be working at Powder Keg opening day, guys. Actually, that's my next scheduled day. Exactly, because Powder Keg's all done with their training and everything. So, there's not much to do. Everyone got signed off that needed to get signed off, so we're going to go in and have a wonderful opening day. But I will be the breaker at Powder Keg, but I'll also be there early on for Outlaw stuff. Outlaw has National Geographic filming. They're filming at Outlaw for something, and they will be there opening day, so filming opening day. They basically are going to be doing on-ride footage, and guests that are there will have a chance to be in it. So if you want to be, if you're at their opening day, be at Outlaw at opening, you might get in the National Geographic. Because we actually have to disclose to the guests, like, hey guys, if you don't want to be recorded, you might come back later. If you don't mind being recorded, then hop on. Because they're going to be recording random people that are there on the ride, and they're going to get a lot of shots of the barrel roll, is what I'm hearing and such, so. Morning plans, we're going to try to do Thunderation opening thing, got to do the train and dog show, and then Powder Keg. Nice. Yeah, we get to have National Geographic filming at Outlaw opening morning. Hopefully it'll go smoothly and go good, go well. Video shoots are always interesting. Nothing bad, but usually a lot of people on the dock, and yeah, as an operator we gotta pay attention more because there's so many people on the dock doing stuff, and it's like gotta be very alert and attentive of what's going on, and also be aware of what we're doing, and get a lot of that on a introduction to a new ride opening year. You get a lot of video shoots that you have to do. Remember when Outlaw Run first opened, we had a lot of video shoots there, and then same with Time Traveler and all that fun stuff. It was fine. It was fine though. If we're gonna rotate this, I don't know how well this is gonna work. But I need to mirror what we did over there. So I need these to be facing the other way. It's like it probably would have just been faster to build my own without copying everything, most likely. Because I have to be very precise in where I put all this stuff. Make it look good. Excuse me. Sorry if that was really loud. I probably should have muted my mic before I sneezed. Excuse me. That is looking like a cobra roll right there. Looks like it also has these like straight supports like this too, so maybe try and copy these into there as well. Just gonna do not lower. Make a little lower because the track does go down a little bit lower, so I feel like it would make a little sense, somewhat sense to do it that way. Okay. How well does the microwave in the break room cook grilled cheeses? Luke's grilled cheese blew up. Oh. Did he have it in there for a little bit too long? So I'm guessing it does very well, in a sense. Maybe too well. Did he still eat his grilled cheese? Is a good question. I hope he still got to eat it. At least it heats it up well. Alright, we're looking not too shabby here. Not too shabby. That is a cobra roll. Cobra roll indeed. You know, for being a custom cobra roll, I think that's one of my best I've ever done. I think I did a pretty solid job at that. Pretty proud of it. Melted the plastic. Well, was the plastic say do not microwave? That's a good question. See, do I keep this one or use the end game support there? I think I like the position of the end game support, and then we'll maybe put another one more right there at the base. Said he was gonna give it to Amy. And tomorrow I get to go. Tomorrow's my last day that I go on before opening day. Tomorrow I'm going to be training at Grand Exposition, working over there. Don't know if I'll get my sign-offs done. I don't know how much I'll get done tomorrow on there, but we're gonna try and do as much as I can over there tomorrow. Hey, what's up, J Trains? How's it going? So that's how these supports go. Honestly, that would be good for... Actually does it differently than what I was expecting. That's interesting. Huh. Not bad, bored, but hey, that's besides the point. You turn 20 tomorrow. Oh man, I remember my 20s. They went by so fast. Now I'm over here in my 30s. Still can't believe it. You know, goes by fast. Goes by so fast. But anyways, happy early birthday, J-Trains. I hope it's a good one. 20 means you're starting to get up there, man. Getting up there in age. Enjoy being young, because it goes by fast. The older you get. The older you get, the faster these years go by, man. It really, like, when they say that, they're not joking. I don't even know where the years went. It's insane. Everybody wears PPE with a backpack blower. If it starts. Yes, very much so. You gotta have your ear protection and your eye protection. Very important. I hope at Powder Kegs, at some point, we'll be able to get an electric blower. Over at Outlaw, we got an electric blower. We used to have a backpack blower, but switch to the electric blower, so much better. It's just easier. It's not as powerful, but we don't really need it to be crazy powerful. What do we all use the blowers for? We gotta go in the mornings. We clear out the queue line. Of all the debris and stuff. Make everything clean. Be clean with it. Make our queue lines nice and purty. What was I gonna do? Alright, now I got a good shot of these. It looks like the terrain goes pretty high right up here. It rises pretty good. So let's actually implement that before we... It's gonna rise up pretty high in here. That's why I didn't want to do footers, because see how I'm already adjusting the terrain over here. And that would be exactly why. Terrain is pretty intense. This also opened, it was called a liquid coaster, not water. Yeah, it was called a liquid coaster. That was the model of it. That was what the model was called, was a liquid coaster. But I mean, it's a water coaster, but like that's just the name of the model. It's basically a water coaster. That's just what they called it. As the model itself. And I think only 2 were built. And since then both are closed. They are an extinct. It's an extinct model. Where I was a kid being like, I can't wait till I become an adult. Now it's just, I wish I was a kid still. Yeah. Enjoy being a kid, man. Being an adult's not that fun. Yes, you have your own rules. But everything else is not fun. Hooray, I get to stay up late now. Which is a reason why that's not a good idea sometimes. Mr. Falls opened. The water was referred to as carbonated beverage. What? Is that even trivia? Or you just spitting facts? When did I go live? About an hour and 47 minutes ago. So it's been a minute. Yeah. 27, sometimes my back hurts. I'm at the point where I'm starting to snap, crackle, and pop. This is my bones crackling. I've made it to that stage. Metabolism slowed down. I used to be able to eat as much as I want. Not anymore. I used to be just a bottomless pit when I was eating food. I used to never have leftovers. And now I have leftovers. Urban Decay Legends. Okay. Finished being a part of the Twitch stream with a friend and went to YouTube, and stream was the first recommended thing, so you know I had to come to it. Of course. Well, thanks for being here, Noah. Legend has it Captain Rube Dugan nearly drowned at the bottom of Lake Silver trying to retrieve a piece of Buzzsaw Falls souvenir. True story. It's a true story. Wish there was more. I wish there was actual footage of Rube Dugan's diving bell. I haven't found any footage of it anywhere. Not even like outside the ride or anything like that. I've seen like a couple pictures and that's it. Rube Dugan Jwoodabugan. Rube Dugan needs to make a return some way, somehow, and a new attraction or something. That'd be epic. The return of Rube Dugan. Captain Rube Dugan Jwoodabugan. Almost there. We'll call that fine. Yeah, reference to him would be great. Really cool. I know there's a reference to him in Lost River. In the key line. Do you believe they actually exist as Ropin, or do you either believe or drowned he didn't, or he didn't? I'm sure Mr. Rube Dugan was real. Some way, shape, or form. I believe he was real. I believe in Rube Dugan. The legend of Rube Dugan. Not gonna lie, the auto-generated supports are actually just fine, because they're actually angled the right way too, so I'm gonna leave those for now. They do have real characters based off people, so it is possible. Oh yeah, 100%. 100% it is possible. And that would be the transfer track right there. We have yet to build the maintenance shed. Yeah, vault numbers are real. I'm sure train robbers are real too, for sure. There's definitely some truth to some of the stuff. They kind of give it a goofy twist. Some of the stuff. All right. We're gonna give it another ride. Let's do a front bumper. We haven't done front bumper tonight. See how front bumper's looking. Whee! Go back car again. Let's go on now middle row. That's something you don't see often. Going in the middle row. Here we go. It is accurate how it pulls you over the drop in the back. It's awesome. Ding 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 ding. I can do all this here. Rainy day. Whee! I gotta use the sound effects for the when it rolls back in. I feel like I should definitely get some sort of sound in there. We need to get the observation deck in there so we can actually get those nice, beautiful shots of the ride. Ding 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 ding. Powder Keg's theme inspired me today. I drew something about Powder Keg. Nice. I think it's looking pretty good, though. I want to get a screenshot of this. Wildfire. That wildfire. Oh, that looks so good. Imagine when everything is done. Use blue sky. What? What do you mean? Do I use blue sky? Social platform thingy? I've never heard of it. So, No, I do not. Riding coasters in the snow. Not that this would ever happen in real life, but it's still cool. Wildfire. Wondering. Yeah, I've never heard of it. Oh, the art, the powder keg art. Yeah, I'd like to see it. That'd be cool. I think I've ridden this in the snow yet. This is so cool looking, though. Sorry. Bump. Your grandfather's mansion. Grandfather is actually Grandpappy Dugan, relative to Captain Rube Dugan. I feel like you just make this stuff up, but who knows? Maybe it is true. That was a change in... let's go... I need to come up with a regular one. I don't think I allow... I don't think my chat allows links, so you wouldn't be able to send it there. So don't know if you're in the Discord. I mean, you could like DM me. That'd be fine. Or something.
Blast on this powder keg, shooting through the Ozarks till the rails run red. Light that fuse, no time for dread. Oh, we're gonna have a blast on this powder keg.
I need to find the full song of this. Somewhere. Gotta be somewhere.
This powder keg.
This powder keg.
We're gonna have a
Blast on this powder keg.
shooting through the Ozarks till the rails run red. Light that fuse, no time for dread. Oh, we're gonna have a blast on this powder keg.
This powder keg. Was that song really played at the actual powder keg coaster at Star City in real life? Back in the old day, yes. Back in like when the ride first opened, it played in the queue line. And now today they started doing it end of last year. They actually play it on the brake run. That's why I have the speaker here by the brake run, because they actually play that song at the brake run when it hits the brake run now. So they found the file of a 30-second snippet of that song, and now they play it on the brake run. But I'm trying to see if we can find the full version, so I have supervisors on the lookout for the full version of the song. Trying to. See if I can find it. But they were able to find that, so. So they decided to play it somewhere on the ride, which is cool. Go back into here. Before Sky Studio, or after Sky Studio, this is without Sky Studio, right here. So much of a difference. Powder keg. Have a blast on this powder keg. Shooting through the Ozarks till the rails run red. Light the fuse, no time for dread. We're gonna have a blast on this powder keg. Everything off. Just to make sure. Go ahead and do a manual save, because I haven't done that yet. If you want to, that's fine. I do have Discord up, so hold on. Oh, that's so cool. I love that. That's so good, too. I wish I could draw. That's so cool. That would be awesome if it was made in like take this concept and then like actually make an actual full photo out of it. Like it didn't like digitally drawn in there and fill in all the colors and stuff. That'd be so cool. I love that though. It looks so good. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that, actually, because that was actually really cool. Blast on this powder keg, shooting through the Ozarks till the rails run red. Light the fuse, no time for dread. Blast on this powder keg. Because the digital are now nowhere near as good as my traditional. Yeah, that's fair. Alright. On the radio. Good nighttime for this. The bomb numbers have set the whole town ablaze. Go!
I'm gonna tan your hide! Chicken! Waggles have been chicken!
Wiley, drop that dynamite or I'll have to shoot.
Go ahead, Marshal. You couldn't hit the broadside of a barn!
Ow.
Get after those bolt numbers and stop that fire.
Red Flanders? Get back here and put on your pants!
I can't, Sadie. I ain't got no pants no more. The dang ball knobbers stole them.
Stole them? What in the city hell would they want with good pants?
They don't call me Bugs for nothing. Don't worry, they don't bite. But
Wildfire sound effects on Fire in the Hole.
Hurry! The bombers are gonna blow up the bridge!
it's not great over here.
Don't mess up my new pants, the ornery
Pack
fool.
them bundles under the dresser.
Can't you even tie a ding-dang knot?
Hurry!
What's the matter, Bugs? You chicken?
Watch out, you dang fool! You're gonna
Fall.
Now look at what you done. Uh-oh, I think
I'm stuck.
I can't reach.
Ooh, bridge ain't gonna hold. Bye-bye.
Bugs and Patches, we foiled your plot, and now we're using your dynamite to blow up the water tower and put out the fire.
Don't throw that switch. The train's coming that way.
Tower's gonna blow. Fire in the hole. Thank you, heroes. We couldn't have caught those good-for-nothing ball knobbers without you. Give yourselves a big old pat on the back. You deserve it. And it'll also put out any stray sparks. So long.
I can't wait to start working on that again. Obviously I haven't done much, but we did a lot in the Planet Coaster 1 version. So, very excited to get back to Fire in the Hole again once we get back in that area. It's gonna take a little bit before we get over there, but it'll be fun once we do. Ooh, that was bright. Let me kind of remember when I need to think about what phase will Fire in the Hole be in. I know it's going to be part of the Fire District phase, but so So right now we're in phase 4 with Plunge and Wildfire. Phase 5 is going to be Powder Keg. Phase 6 is going to be River Blast, and Crossroads Pizza, that area. Maybe even the theater. Right there. I think it's called Boatworks. No, that's not Boatworks, that's Dockside. Phase 7 is going to be Outlaw Run and Giant Swing, the Wilson Farm area. Phase 7. Phase 8 will be Mystic River Falls. Mystic River Falls in the River Town area. Make a drawing for every coaster. That'd be cool. I'd be interested in seeing all those. And then, so yeah, Mystic River Falls and Phase 8. Phase 9 would be the Fire District. So it's going to be around Phase 9. We're on Phase 4 right now. So, say roughly around Phase 9 is when we're going to get over there. So we still got like 5 phases to go, but that's alright. We'll get there. If we keep going at the pace that we're at, you know, we'll be there in no time. But, yeah, I don't think this phase will be too much longer. We've got a lot of the, basically all the custom supports done today for Wildfire. We still have to decorate the area. We still have to finish up the queue line and the building, the actual station. And then we have to do the gift shop, decorate all this, and finish up the Plunge too. So we still got a lot to do, but I don't think this phase is I think this is going to be one of the shortest phases, honestly. Make a drawing of the restroom besides the hospitality house. Those are the bathrooms, right? Yeah, I'm pretty excited. So phase 10 would probably be from Fire District over to the Frisco Barn. So kind of like, I'd call it the train crossing kind of area. Do that. Maybe even do, in part of that phase, probably do a little bit of, probably do the plaza. The plaza wouldn't be too hard to do right there. Phase 10. Phase 11 would be Expo, I think. Maybe we'd do Grand Expo. That one's going to be kind of a hard one. A big one. Phase 9, 10, 11. Phase 12 would probably be Flooded Mine and Valley Road, kind of. So I'd say we're going to have around 12 to 13 phases in total, I think is what I've mentioned. Like 12 to 14 phases. And then we'll have, at the end, we'll just do lots of touch-ups and basically touch up everything. Finish it off, so. And then the cave will be kind of its own thing. I will probably officially release the recreation after that, but then I will probably work on the cave shortly after. So, like, I'll have, like, yeah, this is Sword Art City. Cave is coming soon, you know. Marvel Cave after that coming soon, so. I'll probably do Marvel Cave kind of as the finale, kind of. But in that regard, so. Really likes the gas backpack. Oh gosh. Oh no. That can't be good. Alright, I think that's about all the progress I'm gonna probably do today. We got pretty much all the support structures done. We still have to do the footers, but we're gonna do like actual details in the ride perimeter, like all this. Like we're gonna put more bushes, rock structures, and different stuff. We're gonna do that also as well. a little bit bare still, so. And then we'll go from there. So, thank you guys so much for joining tonight, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. We'll probably be most likely be back tomorrow. Again, why not? Why stop at this point? why would we stop? We're on a roll. So, how bad do you have to be to fail an audit? Yeah, you'd have to be missing a lot of questions and mainly a lot of important safety questions. Probably. Like, you'd have to miss a lot of stuff. Memorize all the lyrics to the song. At least in the little snippet, yeah. Gonna have a blast on this powder keg, shooting through the Ozarks till the rails run red. Light the fuse, no time for dread. Or we're gonna have a blast on this powder keg. You're thinking about that today? I've had people, like, fail audits before and have to come back and train more. It has happened. They just told me, hey, they need to work more on this. But Wildfire is looking great. We got a lot of cool shots, too. In the rain and such. But I think it turned out pretty good. Supposed to put all the lyrics right there. What do you even do? Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Doon, 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 doon. Oh, that's what you're doing. Got it. I got it. At first I was like, what are you trying to say in the chat? It looks awesome. It's looking really good. I can't wait. We're gonna get more shrubbery and foliage in there soon, so it'll really look nice. But all the custom supports are in. We still got to do footers, but that shouldn't be much of a problem. That's the easier part, honestly. I'll have to do all the footers. Still got to do this brake run too. Kind of got this one a little bit started, the transfer track. This will be the transfer track. This will be our final brake run. Still got to get these back over there. We'll probably do those soon too, and then we got to do the transfer track as well. But yeah, it turned out pretty good. I think we did a good job today. A good day of work. A job well done. Got some cool screenshots too that I'm gonna post as well. So, but all right, guys, I'm gonna head out. Thank you guys for watching tonight, and hopefully we'll do some more. Even gooder tomorrow, whatever you say. You know what it is. All right, guys, make sure you have a great day and cool tomorrow. See you guys next time. Thanks, and goodbye. Bye.